The luxury cruise ship Elysium Crown glided across the midnight ocean like a floating palace. Crystal chandeliers shimmered inside its glass halls. Champagne flowed freely, and wealthy passengers laughed, danced, and toasted to their perfect lives. For them, the sea was nothing more than a dark blue carpet beneath a billion-dollar dream. None of them knew what slept below. Deep under the ship, far beyond sunlight, something ancient stirred. A creature older than maps. Older than legends whispered by terrified fishermen. The giant catfish of the abyss, said to be as long as a football field, with whiskers thicker than anchor chains, had rested undisturbed for centuries in a trench no human had ever dared to explore. Until tonight. At the ship's lower deck, a group of elite thrill-seekers gathered around a private attraction, a deep-sea sonar experiment funded by a billionaire tech mogul. The idea was simple: scan the ocean floor in real time and display it on massive screens for entertainment. "Let's see what monsters are hiding down there," one guest joked, raising his glass. The sonar blasted through the water like thunder. Down below, the sound pierced the darkness, slamming into the skull of the sleeping giant. The catfish's eyes, each the size of a car, snapped open. Its massive body shifted, sending tremors through the seabed. Mud and ancient bones drifted upward as the creature slowly rose. The ocean itself seemed to hold its breath. On board the Elysium Crown, the first sign of danger came as a gentle shudder. Glasses rattled. Music faltered. "What was that?" a woman asked, gripping her diamond necklace. "Probably just a wave," a crew member replied, though his voice lacked confidence. Then the water around the ship began to churn. From the darkness below, two enormous whiskers surfaced, slicing through the sea like living cables. They wrapped around the ship's hull, scraping metal with a screech that echoed through every deck. Alarms screamed to life. Passengers rushed to the railings just as the ocean exploded upward. The giant catfish burst from the depths, its colossal head rising higher than the ship's highest deck. Its skin was scarred and ancient, glowing faintly with bioluminescent patterns like runes carved by time itself. People froze, phones dropped, screens tore through the night. The creature opened its mouth, revealing rows of jagged, uneven teeth. Teeth not meant for chewing, but for crushing ship's hull. A deep, thunderous growl rolled across the sea, shaking the air and rattling bones. "This isn't possible," whispered the ship's captain from the bridge. The catfish slammed its tail into the water. A wall of waves smashed into the ship, knocking passengers off their feet. Pools overflowed. Glass shattered, and lifeboats tore loose from their mounts. The once pristine decks turned into chaos as people ran, slipping on water and fear. "Abandon the experiment," the captain shouted. "Cut all sonar! Engines full reverse!" But it was too late. The catfish dove beneath the ship, its massive body scraping along the hull. Metal bent, lights flickered, the ship tilted violently to one side. In the engine room, sparks flew as systems failed. Engineers shouted over the roar of water pouring in through ruptured seams. Above, a group of passengers stood frozen as the monster surfaced again, this time directly in front of the ship. It locked its massive eyes onto the vessel, as if recognizing the source of its torment. With terrifying intelligence, the catfish struck. Its head rammed the bow, crushing steel like paper. The impact sent shockwaves through the ship. A massive crack split the front deck, and water surged inside. "This ship is going down," someone screamed. Just then, the sonar screen, still active despite the chaos, showed something shocking. The trench below was marked with ancient symbols, recently uncovered by the scans. One crew member stared in horror. "This creature, it's territorial. We woke it up in its nesting ground." The captain made a desperate decision. "All hands, cut power completely. Let the ship drift." The engines died. The lights went out. The ship fell silent, floating helplessly on the dark sea. For a long moment, nothing happened. The catfish circled slowly, its whiskers brushing the hull. Its glowing patterns dimmed. The ocean grew still again. Passengers held their breath. Then, with one final echoing roar, the giant catfish dove back into the abyss. The water closed above it, swallowing its massive form as if it had never existed. The storm calmed. Dawn broke over a wounded ship. Rescue vessels arrived hours later to find the Elysium Crown damaged but afloat, its passengers shaken beyond words. Official reports would later call the incident a seismic anomaly and a mechanical failure. But those who saw the glowing eyes beneath the waves knew the truth. Somewhere in the deep, the giant catfish still lives, watching, waiting. And the ocean remembers who dares to wake its monsters.